I'm gonna leave it here just in case anybody found it.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to Weekly Live. In a couple minutes. Welcome in. Lots to cover today. Lots to cover. There's so much going on this weekend. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Lynn. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll wait a couple minutes and get going here. There's so much going on. DG, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. All right. There's so much to cover. I'm sure you guys seen all over the news the MGM situation, and there's actually some rumors that some Caesars properties have been affected as well. And I wanted to address something real fast. So I put up a short last week when we were at Bellagio last week, Thursday. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we were at Bellagio, and there were all the machines that were working were hand pay only. People were sitting there waiting for like 15 cents payout. Everything had to be done on paper because they have to record all the money that's going out that they're paying out. And somebody commented on the video that it was like an exaggeration or something like that. And that was the real situation. I mean, you guys saw it, not just from Ninth Island Connection or from my channel, but there's a lot of people that are covering, that are in the casinos, posting daily updates of the situation down there. So it's a real thing. And, MG, I don't know if you guys see it on your local news, but MGM, a lot of people didn't even get their payroll this past Friday. Or if they did get a payroll, it was some weird number like $8.13, something funky like that. So it's a big deal, and MGM is still being affected by it. I'm actually going to be staying at Harrah's tomorrow for just one night, and I've seen some stuff on social media that Harrah's has been affected. The link has been affected. So we booked a night to go down there and go check it out to see what's going on, if Caesars is actually being impacted. So I will be posting on our Instagram tomorrow. That's Ninth Island Connection. So if you're not following us there, just give us a follow. We'll be posting updates. It's just faster on Instagram than YouTube to post. I might put a couple shorts up on here, but Instagram is just a lot faster. You guys know to post stories and that kind of stuff over there. So we're going to be checking out Caesars properties tomorrow and posting some updates on exactly what's going on. So let's talk about everything going on this weekend. And as always, we start with the weather. If you guys are going to be in town this weekend, it's actually perfect to be outside. You've got like maybe low 90s in different parts of the valley, but it's mainly going to be in the 80s with like partly cloudy skies, maybe a slight breeze. And overnights in the evenings, it's getting down to the 60s and 70s, again, depending on what part of the valley you're in. So it's absolutely perfect for being outside. MGM. Yeah, it's so funny because, and I'll just address this one real fast, DG. The website for MGM says to download the app to book reservations and that kind of stuff. And then when you go to the app, it says the app is under maintenance. So I don't know. They're working on it. I know that guaranteed MGM, you can only book rooms through third parties. You cannot book with them directly right now. And the rewards situation is still a mess. So I don't know if you're able to earn points or how they're managing that with the rewards for MGM, because the card does not work in the machines. When you put your card in the machine, it doesn't work. The card reader does not work. It's not going to spit a slip out for you. So those functions are not available. So I don't know how they're managing the rewards. Is it honor system? Do you walk up to the reward desk and tell them, hey, I gambled $100? I don't know what they're doing with that, but it's a big mess. But they're saying they're working on fixing it themselves. So good luck to them. Nobody wants to see them fail, or the employees. are under pressure. People are being impatient with staff because they have to give hand pays, and it's not like it's their fault. I'm sure those guys don't want to be running around a large casino like Bellagio, for example, handing out 15 cents, a buck here, a couple bucks there, to every single slot machine. So be patient with those guys. It's not their fault. So let's see. So yeah, overnight in the 60s. So absolutely perfect to be outside. Let's talk about some news. So that again, the hack is ongoing there. I don't know if you guys saw Scott Sabella over at Resorts World Las Vegas. So Resorts World Las Vegas is in trouble. And that's just because nobody's going there. I mean, people go for concerts like Carrie Underwood is going to be there this weekend. So people will go see Carrie Underwood, but people aren't going there for restaurants. People are not going there to gamble. So they're in trouble. And Scott Sabella, the president of Resorts World Las Vegas, got fired last week. He got fired because he's under investigation by the federal government for working with like illegal gambling sites and trying to fix sports books. It's a big mess. That guy's in big trouble. So they fired the president. So that's maybe that was part of the problem. Maybe he was working to keep Resorts World Las Vegas in trouble, and it helped him financially on the side because of all the stuff he was doing illegally. Alleged. It's all alleged because again he's under investigation. But because of the investigation by the federal government, he's been fired from Resorts World Las Vegas, so he's no longer there. And I did a little bit of research, and when he was at MGM, he had the same issue. When he left MGM, he was being investigated for like illegal gambling websites that he was working with and trying to influence the sports lines, the betting lines. So yeah, so really interesting there. And hopefully whoever they get in there can turn that place around because I've always said this. I don't know if you guys have been there yet or not, but it's a beautiful property, and nobody wants to see any of these properties fail because it's bigger than just a property. That's a lot of jobs that would be lost. That's just it's a big impact in the community when you've got 1,500 people losing their jobs because a property can't afford to stay up and running. So so nobody wants to see them fail for multiple reasons, including that. So this is pretty interesting, and I just found out about this today. Cosmopolitan is building a pedestrian bridge between Cosmopolitan and Bellagio, which is pretty awesome. You guys know right now to get from Bellagio to Cosmopolitan, you either have to come down the long sidewalk there around the fountain on either side of the fountain, go down the sidewalk, or you do that big like tunnel thing from Bellagio and go down the escalator there by the bus stop and then walk across the Cosmopolitan. But it's under construction right now. I've seen it with my own eyes. There's a pedestrian bridge that's going to be completely enclosed. If you guys are familiar with like cold weather cities like Minneapolis or Duluth, Minnesota, they have pedestrian bridges all around town so that in the winter you can travel the entire city without going outside. That's exactly what they're doing there. It's a pedestrian bridge that's connecting Cosmopolitan to Bellagio. So that's pretty interesting there. And I wonder if that's really for Formula One because there's going to be the sidewalks are going to be shut down. You're not going to be able to just walk up and down majority of the strip because they're going to have the bleachers, the grandstands, viewing areas, whatever they're being referred to. But so maybe that's why they're building this pedestrian bridge so that if you're staying at Bellagio but you're not doing Formula One thing, you can walk through the bridge over to Cosmopolitan without going outside and having to head out to the sidewalk. So pretty interesting, and one thing, and I'll say this about Vegas. Vegas wants to build something, they get it done. This thing is going up so fast that I didn't even see it when I was down there at Planet Hollywood last week, which is right across the street from Cosmopolitan. I did not even see this construction happening. That's how fast they're working. And when Vegas wants to do something, they get it done. So let's see. Jersey Boys are returning. They've announced that they're going to be returning in December, performing over at the Orleans. So that's pretty cool. They have a big following. Adam Sandler announced that he's going to be in Vegas on December 2nd over at Mandalay Bay. And that's not this weekend. This is a weekend update or a weekly update. I mentioned that because tickets are on sale right now. He's very popular. I've seen Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider. I've seen all those guys, and they always sell out. So let's see. So talking about back to Formula One, room rates. I don't know if you guys remember, I've mentioned it several times here, and you guys have probably seen it on other channels and maybe the local news. But room rates were crazy. Like I saw Excalibur for Formula One weekend, like $1,200 a night. Ellis Island is they're charging $5,000 for the weekend. He's hilarious. I like him. I've seen him in Hawaii a couple times when I lived there. Yeah, so Ellis Island was charging $5,000 for the weekend for Formula One. I guess they're right on one of the turns. They're turn 4 or bend 4. So pretty good viewing. But they were charging $5,000, and I guess the hotels aren't selling these crazy, crazy expensive rooms because as of now, room rates have plummeted over 60% from when they first went on sale. It's still high, so Excalibur was charging $1,000 to $1,200, so they're still charging around $400, $300 to $400 for that weekend at Excalibur, which I love Excalibur. I've stayed there many times. I will stay there again. It's a fun budget hotel, but I will never ever pay $400 to stay at Excalibur, really anywhere. That's just ridiculous. So anyway, so if you guys are looking to be in town for Formula One, prices are still going down. As of today, they've dropped 60% already, and I think it's safe to assume that they're going to continue to drop as we get closer to the event, and that's November 16th. As we get closer in the next 8, 12 weeks, they're going to continue to go down. So keep an eye on that. So there's a pirate bar, pirate-themed bar that's going to be opening down in the Arts District in October. And, I always mention the Arts District. Nobody pays me to talk about the Arts District on my channel. I just love it down there. It's very walkable. There's antique shops, there's restaurants, there's live music, never cover charges, great bands too. There's breweries, there's food. It's just a really cool part of Vegas that a lot of people miss because, you get kind of tunnel vision when you come on the Strip. I do the same thing. We're all guilty of it. But living here, it's a little bit of a different experience because we can just go straight there and spend the day. But October, perfect. This actually from now through middle of November, it's absolutely perfect to be outside. So that pirate themed bar is going to be pretty cool down there in the Arts District. Let's see. So staying downtown. Let's stay downtown. I don't know if you guys saw U2 popped up down on Fremont Street and did a live performance outside of the plaza. And this was just over this past weekend. And, they didn't pop up and do a show down there out of the goodness of their heart. They were actually filming a music video for one of their upcoming singles that they're going to be releasing. But they actually stuck around outside there in front of the plaza, right on the street, and did a little concert. They played a few songs for the fans, and it was 100% unannounced. It was like security rolled in, there was equipment being set up, nobody really knew what was going on, and then boom, U2 shows up on stage. They had the entire film crew was out there, and just had a pop-up concert there for U2 right down on Fremont Street, in front of the plaza at the end of Fremont Street there. So that was pretty awesome. And that's Vegas. I mean, so much stuff like that happens. I remember a month or so ago over at Bellagio, Mark Wahlberg was behind a bar serving shots of his branded tequila. Granted, he's promoting himself and his tequila. I guess it's trendy right now for celebrities to have tequila brands. But he was just serving drinks, completely unannounced. People went up to the bar, and there's Mark Wahlberg just serving shots of tequila there. So that's pretty cool. He did the same thing at Stadium Swim. He showed up over there at the bar and was serving cocktails. So you never know who you're going to run into here in Vegas or what you're going to see. So let's see. I want to talk about some winners fast, because this one, like my friends and family that come to visit, I always tell them, and I'm sure I probably mentioned it on here once or twice. I always say, save a couple bucks of your gambling budget for the airport on the way out, because you guys have been to the airport in Vegas. People gamble. And a lot of people don't know that people actually win, and they win big at the airport. Just over the weekend, a woman heading back home to Texas was playing Wheel of Fortune at the airport, and she won a jackpot of $643,000 at the airport on her way going home back to Texas. So congratulations to her. Awesome. I love to see things like that. Can you imagine the feeling that she must have had? You come to Vegas, have a great vacation. Who knows if she won some money, lost some money, but she came to Vegas, and on her way out, heading back home to Texas, sitting at the airport waiting for her flight, wins $648,000. If it were me, I can 100% guarantee you that I will be leaving the airport and heading right back to the Strip for another few days. Guaranteed, no question, I would be extending my stay in Vegas. So congratulations to her. Pretty awesome to see that. So somebody was playing Mississippi Stud on Sunday, just this past Sunday, 4 days ago, over at the Flamingo, and won a jackpot of $260,000 right there. She ended up extending, right? Somebody playing Mississippi Stud at Flamingo on Sunday won $260,000. I see those games, and sometimes I see that the table minimums they seem low, like $5 or $10. Compared to like $25 pie gal that I do get stuck playing time to time. But I'm not sure how to play, and I feel like the people that play those games, they know what they're doing, and it's a fast-paced game, and I'm always kind of intimidated. I don't want to slow the game down by asking questions of the dealer or the people that I'm playing with. I don't even know if you can ask questions. Like Pai Gow is very social because everybody's playing to beat the dealer, so you can help each other. People will advise you, how to lay your hand. But congratulations to that lucky winner. And then this is the big one. This was down at Golden Nugget, down on Fremont Street. You guys know the iconic Golden Nugget down there. Someone was playing Wheel of Fortune. Here's another Wheel of Fortune machine. So the airport hit Wheel of Fortune down at the Golden Nugget, and they won $1.5 million jackpot down there at the Golden Nugget on Fremont Street. And this was just this past weekend also. That's pretty amazing. And congratulations to that person. 1.5 million. That's just like, wow. So there's been some big wins. And, and it sounds, I don't know, it sounds weird to say there's all of the smaller ones, but there's been plenty, if you look at social media, plenty of people winning, holding the big $20,000 check at the Cal, $50,000 check at the Fremont and downtown, and people winning at circa $10, $15, $20,000. There's been a lot of big wins around town. I don't have that kind of luck. It's a roll of the dice, right? So congratulations to those people, and hopefully you'll be next, DG. All right, so let's see what else is going on. So there's I don't know if you guys watch Kitchen Nightmares. It's a Gordon Ramsay's show, and I know I talk about it. Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay, and Vanderpump are taking over Vegas, right? They're everywhere. Their restaurants are all over the Strip. So here's another Gordon Ramsay concept that's coming to downtown. They're opening a rage room. And so first thing that I ask is, what is a rage room? Is this a restaurant where you get yelled at, or what is it? So the rage room is where you can have different Hell's Kitchen branded items, like a rolling pin, for example, or a bat. And they set up a kitchen, and you have an opportunity to go in there and just destroy appliances. Just take your bat and smash plates, beat up toasters, bang the refrigerator, the stove, whatever it is. Let your rage out. It seems kind of like a purge concept. You pay them a little money, they give you a bat, go take out all of your frustration in this kitchen, just tear it apart, and then walk out, and you're supposed to be stress-free, I guess. So why is it branded? How is it co-branded with Gordon Ramsay? So apparently over loudspeakers in this rage room is Gordon Ramsay yelling at you and telling you how pathetic you are the entire time while you're in there. So That's pretty hilarious, and we'll see. I don't know. It's not my thing. I don't have that kind of rage. I guess that I would feel like I need to find an outlet, like a room like this, and take a bat and go smash plates and toasters and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure they'll do well. I mean, it seems like it's going to be like a social media spot. People will go down there, take selfies, holding a bat, something like that, for their social media, so they can say they did that here in Vegas. So anyway, if that's your thing, it's down there. So if you guys are going to be down here in December 13th is the official opening date for the Fontaine Blue. The Fontaine Blue. Let's do it right now. Oh, that's funny. On a Hoover Dam. That's awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in. You know what? It's actually a nice day to go out to Hoover Dam. It's not that hot. Let's see. So Fontaine Blue, that's the property that has been under construction. I feel like at least over 10 years, that thing has been under construction. And they've been holding job fairs. I saw actually, we were at Horseshoe, and they were using the old buffet area as a job fair space. They were holding interviews in there because they need to hire 1,600 people, and that's a lot, you know. So anyway, they're set to open on December 13th. They're going to have 36 bars and restaurants. That's pretty huge. Pretty huge. Hey, Simone. Thanks for tuning in. Cliff. Oh, okay. Message retracted. All right. Yeah. So that's been under construction for a long time. So I actually question if they're actually going to open on December 13th. I don't know if you guys saw. I think it was maybe about a month ago. The roof was on fire at the Fontaine Blue. You know, and the joke around town here is that that's just like an insurance like laundromat over there on the strip. That property. They've had so much issues and so many setbacks on that property, and they're set to finally open on December 13th. At least as of today, that's the date. Hopefully they do. Let's see. So people joke about Vegas. We're taking everything from California, and here's another item coming from Southern California. Norm's, which I guess is an iconic diner in Southern California. I've never been there. I've only been to California a few times, but it's such a massive, if you guys live or have been there, it's a massive state, right? It could actually be probably 2 or 3 different states. But Norm's, which is an iconic diner in Southern California, is going to be opening here in Vegas. They did not disclose the exact location or date, but just announced that they are going to be opening a location here. Not that the other one is going to be shutting down, but they're just going to be opening another one here in Vegas. So let's see. Oh, so talk about weather this time of year, as well as early spring in Vegas, just absolutely beautiful for being outside. Las Vegas was actually named up in the list of top 25 hiking cities in the U.S. And that's where I always encourage folks to get off the strip if you can. Depending on what your vacation is like. But if you can, to just do a little road trip, Red Rock, there's so much hiking, so many different trails, 30 minutes to Mount Charleston. There's just so much to do outside. And I think it really gives you a different perspective on what Vegas is like, and you really come to understand that Vegas, the Vegas Valley is so much more than just the Las Vegas Strip. So if that's your thing, head on out. This is perfect. So let's talk about some events that are going on this weekend here in Vegas. Now, mind you, you always have your Cirque shows, all of your magicians, your tape faces of the world. Those guys are always performing, and they hustle. Those guys, a lot of them work 5, 6, 7 days a week. Because those are smaller venues. Not Cirque. Cirque is a little bit more expensive, but like your tape faces and lower end shows, zombie burlesque, those are going to be like your $15, $20 shows. Support those guys. That's their bread and butter, and they hustle. They've got to sell a lot more tickets than Adele across the street at Coliseum to make a living, right? And they're great quality shows. So, if you have some time, check out one of those shows. These are some of the bigger events that aren't here all year long. So let's start with Pete Davidson and Friends. You guys know Pete Davidson. He's done a couple movies. He was on SNL for a long time. Pete Davidson and Friends. So they don't announce the Friends because this is a traveling thing that he does. And so from city to city, there are different people that join him on his show. So that's going to be happening over at Cosmopolitan on September 23rd. That's going to be this coming Friday. Let's see. Barry Manilow, he's doing his thing over at the Westgate. And, I see commercials here. I point at the TV like you can see, right? But here at home on the local channels, Barry Manilow commercials air promoting his show. And he's up there. He's trying to do like a little shimmy and dancing up there on stage. This weekend, with his performances this weekend, he's about to break Elvis Presley's record for performances here in Vegas. So, hats off to that guy, following his dream. Tight face at MGM Grass last night. He was awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, he's nice. I saw him, or we met him over at Harrah's, at an event up there at Harrah's. Really nice guy. Hey, Vance, welcome. He's a really nice guy. So let's see. Carrie Underwood, I mentioned, she's going to be over at Resorts World Las Vegas. Paulina Rubio is going to be here. She's going to be at the Venetian Saturday and Sunday. Steve Martin and Martin Short are traveling together, and they've come a couple times throughout the year. They have come a couple times. Well, yeah, Cliff, that's where his show used to be at Harrah's downstairs, and now he's over at MGM Grand. So he's left Caesars Properties, and now he's with MGM, and he's over at MGM Grand over there in their comedy cellar. Let's see. So yeah, so Steve Martin and Martin Short, they've been here a few times. I feel like they complement each other so well. I remember seeing or watching old Saturday Night Lives with those guys, and when they've come back to do like the five hosting jacket, that kind of thing, they're just hilarious. And I feel like that would be an amazing show just because they're such quick-witted guys, and they complement each other very well. Well, they're going to be at the Wynn this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. DL Hewley is going to be over at the Mirage on September 23rd. Now, I wanted to mention that one because DL is hilarious. I think he's hilarious. I've seen him on several stand-ups. I think he's hilarious. And a very smart guy. If you guys ever see him like on a podcast, really smart, like business-minded guy. Like he knows Hollywood and shares a lot of insights for up-and-coming people in Hollywood. Or in the entertainment industry, I should just say, because you can be in the entertainment industry anywhere. But he shares a lot of great insight. So he's going to be over at the Mirage on September 23rd. Now, expect the Mirage to be shutting down completely after Formula One. I've already shared, and like I said, I'm going to be at Harrah's tomorrow for the night. One of the reasons we're staying at Harrah's is because it's right across the street from the Mirage, and I really want to see if that volcano is still there. I'm not nosy or anything. I'm just really curious to see what's going on with that volcano, because I know that thing is coming down and they're going to put bleachers there. They're going to put a grandstand there for Formula One. After Formula One happens, I don't know if they're going to leave the bleachers there, if they're going to get rid of them. I don't know what they're going to do with that space, if they're going to start construction, because Mirage is going to stay open until after Super Bowl. So in February, they're not going to miss out on that Super Bowl money with people coming to town. But I wonder what they're going to do with that space, because that's where the guitar-shaped hotel is supposed to be. And once that volcano's gone, they're not going to take it off the strip and then put it back after Formula One, right? So I'm curious, if it's still there right now, and I will update you guys tomorrow on Instagram. So follow us at Ninth Island Connection on Instagram if you're not already. I'm going to be posting stories about the volcano, if the machines are down in Harrah's, all kinds of updates down there. But check out the Mirage. If you're in town, check it out, because once February comes after Super Bowl, that thing is gone forever. And that's a property that they're going to renovate, not like Horseshoe. Horseshoe renovated and rebranded themselves while still operating. The casino was still operating. They were still booking rooms. They did like floor-by-floor renovations. The Mirage is going to shut down completely. Even the casino, everything is shut down 100% as they renovate, and remodel into the Hard Rock and reopen as Hard Rock. So, you know, it's one of those nostalgic things. Once that thing goes away, it's gone forever, like the volcano. Once it's gone forever. So if you get a chance to see it, you know, you can say that you did see it. So 3 big things are happening this weekend. And I don't know why the event planners, if it's the LVCVA or who does the planning for this, but you've got 2 major music events happening in town. You've got Life is Beautiful Festival that's all weekend long, and that's all throughout the downtown area. So if you're staying on the Strip and you're thinking about heading down to Fremont Street, the downtown area, expect to wait because it's going to be the Life is Beautiful Festival, and that's the one that has stages throughout the arts district. It's not in just one space. It's like the entire downtown area becomes a massive festival. So be prepared to wait in traffic if you're trying to head down to Fremont Street. Probably going to have surge pricing for ride share. Taxis are going to cost you more because you're going to be sitting in traffic, and you know the fare just keeps on ticking. So that's a big event that's going on down there. But you know the weather's going to be perfect for that event, right? I always try to find the positive in something, or some sort of positive. If you're going to Life is Beautiful, the weather's going to be perfect. It's going to be mid-80s, partly cloudy. Once the sun goes down, it's going to be 70s with a slight breeze. Perfect weather for an outdoor festival. So have fun, guys, and be safe while you're down there. iHeartRadio is also happening over at T-Mobile. That's on Saturday and Sunday. Now, I did see that they're also going to be streaming that one on Hulu. So you can watch it from the house if you want to watch the iHeart Music Festival and you're not in Vegas. So that's going to be pretty cool. So that means that Park MGM area, New York, MGM Grand, that entire side of the Strip is going to be a mess as well. Now, on top of that, you've got the Raiders' first home game this weekend also. Their regular season, their first regular season home game is this Sunday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, you've got Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders' first home game here in Vegas. So it's going to be nuts in Vegas this weekend, which is why I'm choosing to go, or my wife and I, Christine and I, are choosing to go down on a Thursday. So before it gets too crazy, and I do expect that a lot of people are going to be coming into town on Thursday, but we'll already be there. We'll do our thing. Like I said, we're going to check out Caesar's properties. So we're going to check out Flamingo, Link, Harris, see what's going on with the machines, because the word on the street is that Caesar's properties are being impacted right now by the same situation that MGM has been dealing with. So I'm really curious to see what that's about, because I know MGM, like everything wasn't affected. We were at Cosmopolitan last week, and Cosmopolitan is an MGM property, and everything was working just fine. There was no issues at all with any of the machines, the cash out machines or ATM, ticket redemption. Those guys were working just fine. Everything was working just like business as usual at Cosmopolitan, which again is an MGM property, but right next door at Bellagio, it was a complete mess, just an absolute complete mess. So I'm curious to see what's going on with Caesar's properties. And then I did see that Venetian was affected as well. So you guys know where Harrah's is. You've got Harrah's, Best Western, or Casino Royale, and then you've got Venetian right there. So we're going to check Venetian out also. And we're going to be posting a lot, like I said, to our story on Ninth Island Connection Instagram. We're going to be posting on our TikTok as well. I'm going to try to do some shorts here on YouTube if I can. YouTube, if you guys do shorts, it's not as easy as Instagram when you do stories, because you just open the story, just hit record, and just record whatever it is, and boom, it posts right away. So, oh, yep. So then you've got all of your free music down on Fremont Street this weekend. Also, the Fremont Street Experience. They've got the 3 stages down there, and there's something happening on every stage. And interesting down there, you can be watching a band like Dashboard Confessional, for example, down there on a stage. You can walk down to another stage, and you don't hear the other band anymore. You just hear the band that's in front of you. So pretty cool. And all of that stuff is free, guys. It's a great opportunity to just get out of the casino for a little bit and just walk around downtown. So, all right, let's see. So that's it, guys. that's a wrap on this one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know it's a lot. It's going to be a crazy busy weekend here in Vegas. If you guys are in town, I hope that you win big. And I also want to say thank you guys so much for your support, continuing to support our channel right here on YouTube and our other social media, as well as our television show. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. And we'll see you. I mean, check out, like I said, my Instagram, TikTok tomorrow. We're going to be posting a lot of stories, a lot of content, just like almost real time for what's going on down on the strip. So thank you so much. Hey, Cliff, thank you again. I appreciate it. See you guys. Thank you, DG. I appreciate you so much. Thanks. See you guys.